Welcome, Matt Oakley here, recording this on January 8th, 2026. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how I'm going to try and make myself more organized for the daily vlogs. I don't think I'm that organized personally right now for the daily vlogs. And the other thing I want to go over is what the next camera I'm going to get. I invite you to join me, shall you? So in order for me to get more organized with YouTube, I'm going to make like a 2-week calendar on my computer and like Sunday through Monday, then have like time spots in there. So I can organize myself when I'll edit, when I'll record, and etc. So maybe it's like days I'll record 2 vlogs just so I could have days off. So I figured I could do that to make myself more organized on YouTube. I just want to make sure I'm organized if I'm daily vlogging. Like the last couple of days, I've been kind of stressed. Luckily, I had some like backlog content that I made in the past that I didn't release this time or right now. So I was able to take like a couple of days off from that. But like I think tomorrow I'm planning to make like 2 vlogs. I may make like me practicing preaching come out on Sunday, honestly. And I'm gonna do the preaching one to have to come out Sunday, which is not gonna take that long, me practicing preaching. And then on Saturday, I think I'm gonna go out to an adventure tomorrow after I practice preaching, and that's gonna be the Saturday vlog. I'm just gonna do a local adventure, like somewhere near where my homestead is. Then Sunday, I'm going to Magic Kingdom. And I had to make park reservations still. I'm not probably going to vlog. I may just show off my highlights of it. I'm going to be there with family and friends, so I don't want to put them on camera and stuff like that. So I may just go there and just record highlights and post it the next day. I definitely do want to get on Tron Ares. I'll bring mine to 360 X5 just to get the POV footage for Tron Ares. But I can use the single lens because I don't like how the 360 looks in low light. That's like weird warping like effects. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm planning to do to get more organized on YouTube by making like a calendar and just write down everything on there. Like have like a 2-week set for a calendar and write down everything on there. I'll probably show off the calendar in tomorrow's video since I'm going to break it on my computer, send it to a Photoshop, and then have it print there. And then I'll probably use the Expo marker and buy some Expo markers and write on there what the plans are. Since if you use glossy paper, the Expo markers are pretty much dry erase. So I'll get an eraser in that. And I'll probably put like a checkbox things on top of each category. Like yesterday, I'll admit, after I recorded the video, I forgot that Tron Ares is coming out on Disney Plus. And those that are new to this channel, I'm a Tron fanboy. I love Tron. Tron is actually like one of my favorite Disney roller coasters. The Tron Legacy soundtrack was unbelievable. I love Tron. I always love Tron. It talks about the grid, like anything like to do with technology and bikes. I love motorcycles, but I don't own one since I don't have a license. I love pretty much like Hagrid's. I love at Universal that roller coaster because of that. But anything that has to do with motorcycles and like technology, I love. And that's what Tron is. It's about like going back in the 80s, playing the Tron games at the Flynn Arcade. And this one is more like high tech than any other Tron that came out. Like they have Ares, which is the highest like AI technology. They're the most AI thing in the world, human being in the world. But I'm going to do something very cool on Magic Kingdom, speaking of Tron Ares, or Tron. Since Tron Ares' last day operations on the 17th, I'm going to go on that for sure. God, I love the Tron Ares overlay. Now that I see the movie, to make it seem like in the ride when you ride it, that the Ares is the bad team, the guy. But then the movie, he starts off as a bad guy, then becomes the good person. It was his colleague that was there in the red outfit that became the bad person in the movie. It's all about him trying to find a permanent code so he can live more than 29 minutes, pretty much. The person that invented Ares was only living for 29 minutes at a time. Then he rebuilds and somehow gets rebuilt when they feel like he needs to go out. But Tron Ares, I highly suggest watching. The soundtrack is not as good as the Legacy soundtrack, but the 9 Inch Nails is actually kind of good band, so it's kind of worth watching because of that. I really like Tron in general though. And here's the last thing I want to speak to you guys about in this vlog. So right now, no, I'm using an iPhone with the DJI Mic 3 as a vlogging setup. But honestly, I want to upgrade into like an actual camera. And I was originally going to get the Sony 6700. So that one I could put interchangeable lenses so I could zoom in more or not. But DJI is about to announce the Pocket 4. And they're going to have two lenses on there, a dual lens system. One of them's going to be a 24 milliliter lens. Another one's going to be like a 4x zoom lens. And my major problem with the DJI Pocket 3 is it was a digital zoom. So if I use that, it won't be digital. So I'm thinking about upgrading to the DJI Action 4 when it comes out. And I was going to get another camera just so I could have backups. So the other camera I was thinking about getting is a Canon PowerShot V1. And that one is the other zoom camera. It goes from 16 to 30 to zoom on that camera. It's a point and shoot, just like the Pocket series is, but it's not gimbal stabilization. The reason I'm thinking about that camera is my second camera because it has lens stabilization. So if I put it on a tripod, it should be like nice and smooth shots. So I figure if I have both, I could use one for, like the DJI Pocket 3 has a better focal point, or has like a wider aperture in there. So I could use that if I'm going to like a low light place. Then if I go to somewhere else, I can use the Canon. Like for home vlogs, I could use the Canon, I feel like. And both of them are lightweight and compact. And I just feel like it'd be better for me to have both cameras just in case. And for mics, I could use this DJI mic with it, to attach it onto it, put in the hot shoe mount for the camera, on the camera, and put the mic wire on. So I think I could do that for that mic, and then I buy the creator combo for the DJI Pocket 4 then when it comes out, so I could get the Mic 3 with it also. So, but for that camera, I'll use that combo. I figured if I have two different cameras, I could put the tripod down. I can mount that on the tripod and it'll be smooth stabilization. And both cameras are affordable, so. Yeah, they're projecting the creator combo to be like $655, I believe, when it comes out. Which I'll pay for that. And the Canon PowerShot V1, I think it's only like $700 also. I figured I could save my money from buying a $1,500 camera and then buying lenses on top of it. Like the lens I was going to use for the Pocket 3 was the kit lens. Or not for the Pocket 3, for the 6700, Sony 6700. It was a kit lens, and what else was it? Yeah, the kit lens because that could zoom, and then the Sigma 16mm focal point 1.4. The problem is if I do that, I was gonna use the zoom lens for like off-ride footage if I go on a roller coaster. The thing is I have to detach the lens, put the lens on, So now that I'm thinking about it, the Pocket 3 would be more for like the daily vlog scene. So I may try out the Canon in low light since it has a bigger sensor than the Pocket 3. But according to what I heard, or for the Pocket 4, according to what I heard about the Pocket 4, is that the 24mm lens, it's going to have a 1-inch sensor. And then for the 4x zoom, or whatever it is, lens, that's going to have it's going to have the same sensor that it has on the DJI Action 4. A similar sensor to that's like, I think it's like 1.13 sensor size, 1.3 millimeter. It allows low light, but it's like the same size as the iPhone sensor. That's pretty much what I'm saying. It's like the same size as the iPhone Pro Max sensors. That allows enough low light so you could see you, but not like overly good in low light for the zoom lens, which is fine. Okay, I'm gonna be mostly using the zoom for like off-road roller coaster footage, honestly. But I really am looking forward to getting those two things. And I want to try the PowerShot V1 out in low light to see how it is. Since the focal point is at 2.8, so it's not gonna be terrible. Like 2.8 focal length with over a bigger sensor than 1 inch should be somewhat decent. Like I know that the camera for the Sony camera that Jojo rode in Kyle Pilo, whatever his name is, their focal length is 2.8 and their low light looks somewhat decent. So it can't be that bad in low light. It may be like the bare minimum to use in low light though, not to get the like noise grain or something like that. So it cannot be that bad, honestly. And I was thinking about the Sony 6700. I don't think that'd be a good lens for a daily vlog since it's like heavy, it's hard to travel. Well, it's not heavy, but it's bigger than a Pocket 3. The lens itself, that was the primary lens, the 16mm Sigma, focal point 1.4. That one's actually, you can't put in my pocket like the Pocket 3 and the Sony PowerShot V1 could. So it's like, I was just thinking about that part. And I will have to buy like a book bag strip to put on that. Well, I was gonna buy a book bag or the camera clip for the book bag for the PowerShot anyway, but that one, the Sigma and the Sony 6700, that'd be like more bulky and noticeable. And the other thing I was gonna use with the PowerShot is I'm thinking about starting my own photography business. And with that camera, since it has the lens stabilization in there and everything, and I believe you can shoot raw footage on there, I figured I could use that for the photography business also. But thank you for watching this vlog. See you tomorrow's video, which I think is going to be the adventure I'm doing locally. I'm not sure where I'm going locally, but tomorrow's video is going to be an adventure that I'm doing local stuff near my homestead. I may check out the Jaws Burger, maybe. Or maybe I'll go to the Silver Spring State Park. So I kind of been wanting to go there anyway. Or maybe I'll go to Rainbow Springs, or whatever it's called. So I went there off camera, but I never vlogged there. So I want to go there, check it out. But I'm going to do like a local adventure out in Moose style. And I'm planning to record 2 videos anyway tomorrow. I was going to record the sermon to come out me practicing preaching to come out Sunday. Today I didn't do this because I woke up late. I woke up about like an hour ago. I had my piping hot caffeinated beverage already. So, and then Sunday's I'm gonna be at Disney. I'm gonna go church, then go Disney to Magic Kingdom, and to show off the highlights on Monday. And the highlights vlogs are just easier for me to film anyway, so it kind of works out perfect. And I'll probably use a single lens on the Tron because it does hard. For some reason, the low light does horrible with the 360 lens. It's not that it does horrible. It just causes like weird, like, it looks like the camera lens is cracked from the warping around. And then from the stitching from the 2 cameras, like I try to put on an angle so you can see both my face and the ride at the same time. The last time I used it on there. And they only allow chest mounts for that rod for some reason. I don't know why. But they only allow chest mounts. I had to like flip like this the camera so you can see the rod and my face in post. And because that the stitching made like weird effects on like the rod. So I probably use a single lens on that. But thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. The vlog is over.